Hello student, welcome to my channel, My Audio Hub. We will discuss about the chapter Little Word of Mud. Summary in English. Ruskin Bond's The Little Word of Mud depicts an entire complex life within the rainwater pond that existed beneath the author's bungalow, where species profited from one another. For them, the pond is their entire universe. The author was unaware of it till his granddad made him aware. He discovered how the frog and tadpoles survived inside the silent pond, where he had only seen buffaloes on rare occasions. He later becomes friends with Ramu, who visits the pond with his buffaloes. He instructs the author in the arts of swimming. They also noticed a couple of crane saras that have gradually become a part of the pond and their cottage. The author was ecstatic that they had become a member of the mud's muddy world. The narrator had never expected to find much in the rainwater pond behind his house. He had always seen a large quantity of mud and occasionally a few water buffaloes. It refers to the pond's diversity as the variety of life that existed in it. It was so well planned that each individual benefited from the well-being of the authors. This refers to the various ways in which animals and humans perceive the world. The creatures in the pond are content to be in the muddy pond. It is their world and they enjoy their lives. Despite the chocolates, humans, on the other hand, rarely see the beauty of the world. When we look at the world, we notice the negative aspects of it. The narrator uses the term pond world to refer to the diversity of life in the pond that is not visible apart from the conventional mud and water, and large animals such as buffaloes. A pond is home to an abundance of unknown and indivisible creatures. When grandfather showed the narrator the pond world for the first time, he found a dry spot in the shadow of an ancient peepul tree, where the two of them sat for an hour, gazing carefully at the thin green scum on the water. The buffaloes had not yet arrived for their midday swim, and the pond's surface remained unlettered. They observed, noticing nothing thoughtful the first 10 minutes. A little black blob appeared in the center of the pond. After a while, it gradually increased in height until the narrator observed a frog's head. The frog's large eyes were fixed on them, as if they were unsure whether the narrator and his grandfather were friends or foes. For a time, the frog cleared its body and searched for potential predators, such as a heron splashing around in search of it. After scattering that, the storytelling and grandfather were not herons. The frog relates this information to its friends and neighbors, and very soon there were a number of large heads and eyes visible on the surface of the water. The monologue concludes with the frog's incessant croaking. When the narrator observed a swarm of tadpoles in the pond, he could not believe his eyes. When he made touch with a shadow-like mass with the end of a stick, the dark mass erupted into life. Thousands of tiny black tadpoles began to wiggle off life, pushing and rushing to the surface. The narrator was particularly taken aback when he discovered that tadpoles consume other tadpoles. Although the narrator found it unpalatable, he observed that tadpoles feeding other tadpoles help to maintain a balance in the breeding of too many tadpoles. As a result of this system, thousands of tadpoles that are hatched do not mature into frogs. They would take up every inch of land if they were not eaten by other tadpoles. The narrator discovers a lot about frogs' lives. Frogs avoid their mortal enemies, such as herons, at all cost. They are incredibly cunning when it comes to avoiding their foes. One of the frogs emerges from the water surface to ensure their safety, while the rest remains under. Only after the first frog gives the signal do all the frogs come to the surface. Grandfather is attempting to clearly the distinctions between humans and animals. The animals do express dissatisfaction with their surroundings. They are content in their surroundings. Humans, on the other hand, are dissatisfied with their surroundings. They are constantly on the lookout for new locations to live, from little dwellings to larger homes and from village to cities. Thanks for watching.